Duties and powers of directors. For CA final law paper, this case can be applied in section 179, which speaks about the general powers of the board and duties, of course. In this case law, what happened, the way how it was dealt with the powers was, you know that the usual principle of directors is the directors has been empowered to exercise all the powers of the board, all the powers of the company, except those has been reserved for shareholders by the Companies Act. So, except those powers reserved for the Companies Act, reserved by the Companies Act for the shareholders, all powers can be exercised by the board in general. Now, the question arises whether there is any limitation for such powers. This case law, Hannibal versus Frost, is a celebrated case which has clearly stating that the directors have been empowered to exercise the powers of the company, but that should be for legitimate purpose, that should be for the good faith of the company, and that should be for the benefit of the company. And the directors have no power or has not been empowered to do any or exercise any powers for any illegitimate purposes or illegal purposes, like paying bribes on behalf of the company, like doing some illegal activities on behalf of the company. If the directors do so, such illegal activities, then the company and the shareholders will not be bound by the same. So this case law is a very important case law when it comes to the powers and duties of director, which clearly puts a restriction on the powers of the board or the directors, stating that they can do power, they can exercise the powers of the company for the best interest of the company, in the good faith of the company, and they should not exercise such powers for illegal purposes like paying bribes, even though the company has benefited.